Time now for some quick hits.
You gotta move quickly.
There's no time.
Move fast there, come on!
And here we go on a Monday installment of America and the world's favorite sports talk radio segment. It is time for Quick Hits right here on the Jake Asman Show. And Quick Hits this morning is brought to you by Freol Deep Penetrating Oil. Industrial strength Freol spreads deep into rusted or frozen parts, freeing them with ease. The 3-part formula delivers 3 times more lubricant. It takes less spray, less torque, and less time than any other penetrating oil to get the job done. Freol is also body shop safe, which means it's safe on paint, plastic parts, and is silicone free. You can find Freol on the shelves at any AutoZone, O'Reilly, or Napa Auto Parts store, and also at select Walmart stores. We begin Quick Hits by telling you that Ron Culver and I were indeed correct. We predicted on the show that the NFL draft would just trounce the Oscar ratings. And guess what? They did. The NFL draft drew 12.4 million viewers. That's more viewers than the Oscars. And by the way, more viewers than any game of last year's NBA Finals, and more viewers than 5 of the 6 games of the past World Series. So how about that, Ron Culver? NFL remains king. You combine the NFL and college football, the 2 most popular sports in this country. You get the NFL draft in prime time, and you have 12.4 million viewers tuning in.
Best award show on right now.
It is, right?
I mean, that's basically what it is. It's trumping the Oscars. Probably better than the Grammys and the Emmys. Although the Emmys, I think we'll probably get more viewership as most of America watches TV more than movies now. But it was fantastic. It was fun to watch.
It's great live theater. You know, it's great reality TV. It really is.
Yeah, I love seeing all the reactions of the draftees realizing their lifelong dream has been fulfilled. I was a little disappointed, though, to know that there was more video of Jalen Waddle.
And then he didn't just get up and leave his family?
Because I thought that was fantastic.
So I was on the air when that happened, so I didn't get to really fully appreciate that till I saw some of the Twitter stuff afterwards. But, man, just a great moment the NFL draft is. It's exciting. It's fun. And it had 2 million more views than the Oscars.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, I think we're more invested into and it's hard to separate our bubble from the rest of the world.
But unlike, like the Oscars, like you actually have to see the movies. No one saw movies this past year, apparently. Well, we all watched college football still.
Yeah.
We all knew who Trevor Lawrence was, who Zach Wilson was.
And we all have a favorite NFL team, and we're just curious about who's going in that round.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that. So we were right. And when we're wrong, we tell you when we're wrong. So
sometimes
we do. At least I do. And then we'll tell you when we're right as well. So, yeah, NFL draft outrating the Oscars. Anyhow, how about the Aaron Rodgers situation, right? So we talked about it earlier in the show from the Packers' perspective. But what if Green Bay does trade Aaron Rodgers, right? Would they actually trade him? Well, if they do, it would probably make sense to trade him to a team that's not in the NFC. And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers would want to go somewhere that's out west, right? Closer to home. How about the Denver Broncos as a team that could trade for Aaron Rodgers? Right now, their quarterback situation is Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. So the Broncos general manager, George Patton, was asked about the team's current quarterback situation.
Yeah, I like our room right now. I think I said that last night with Teddy and Drew. They're going to have a great competition. That's what we've wanted all along. And, we'll let them compete. But I do like the room. Does it mean we won't continue to look? No. But, I say that about every position. But I do look forward to getting Teddy here and Drew and having a great competition.
Well, I got news for you. They might like their room, but I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers becomes available, all of a sudden their room can wait, and they can add Aaron Rodgers to that said room. So we shall see. I do think he's going to play this year with Green Bay. I think it's going to be like the last dance Packers version where it's his last year, and then they're going to move off of him. He's going to want to leave and go somewhere else. But if Denver could get Aaron Rodgers, yeah, it would cost a lot. But you know what? You add Aaron Rodgers to that team with that defense they still have in place, with some of the weapons they have at wide receiver and tight ends, the Broncos instantly become a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
Not only that, but you say some of the weapons they have, Aaron Rodgers will make weapons. That's how special of a quarterback he is. And listen, you know what? You got to take the PC route. You got to say, hey, we're happy with our team. We're happy with our squad. There's probably 5 teams that wouldn't be willing to make a move for Aaron Rodgers. And those 5 to 6, maybe, a handful of teams, it's all because they have young quarterbacks that they're grooming into being the next Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
but Denver is not one of them.
No, I mean, Denver's got Jerry Jeudy. They got Cortland Sutton. They got Noah Fant.
Yeah.
They have,
and they probably have a 3rd stringer or 4th stringer that you've never heard of that Aaron Rodgers would turn into a stud.
They have a good team, man. I mean, they really do. Like they're not set at quarterback by any means. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is a bridge. We've gone over that. I'm not in love with Drew Lock. I think he's okay, but he's a 2nd round pick. It's not like you invested your future into the guy. If you can get Aaron Rodgers, you do it. The thing is, a lot of teams would want Aaron Rodgers. Not exactly the easiest thing in the world to pull off.
No, I mean, there's no way of pulling it off. I don't think there is a way of pulling it off because if Green Bay is not wanting to trade him, and they could ask for anything. And if Aaron decides to sit, they have Jordan Love. They spent a 1st round pick on him, moved up in the draft to get him. See what the kid's made of.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he's going to play right. Otherwise, you burned a 1st round pick on the guy.
And Aaron's ego might not allow that to happen. Listen, we talked about this during the football season, sometime during the fall. Aaron didn't let Jordan Love see the field for 1 second of this past season.
He wasn't even active on game day, Jordan Love. I mean, he was the 3rd string quarterback too. So, like, is he even ready to play yet? I mean, he didn't have a preseason. They didn't have OTAs. Like, how ready is Jordan Love even able to play if he's going to go out there and have to be put into some games this year? Rodgers holds out. I don't know. Staying with the theme of Broncos quarterbacks, how about a former Denver Bronco quarterback? The Broncos once used a 1st round pick on this player we're about to discuss. That, of course, is Timothy Tebow. Well, Tim Tebow had a workout for the Jaguars, not to play quarterback, but to possibly play tight end. This was Urban Meyer on this Tim Tebow workout.
Tim and I have talked about when he was a quarterback in the NFL, that was a big topic. I was so busy, I couldn't give him the time. And what do you think? What do you think? And I didn't know. I was too busy to even think it through. I know that playing a position in the National Football League without, that's a long shot. And that was both of this is years ago. And then how did it happen this time? We had a conversation. He worked out with our tight end coach. I stopped by, did not stay for the whole workout. And then our focus went to the NFL draft. We're going to revisit it here in the near future. That's how that all happened.
All you need to know is I stopped by. I did not stay for the whole thing. Yeah, Urban Meyer probably looked and was like, yeah, we're not going to take a chance on a 33-year-old guy that's never played tight end before.
What do you mean? You're not going to take a chance on a 33-year-old retired baseball player?
Former minor league baseball all-star in AA.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Tebow. I think he's just bored. Like, the guy tried to be a football player. Obviously, it didn't work out.
And you know what? He had a success.
He was too stubborn to change his positions when teams wanted him to do it.
Right.
When the quarterback thing was not working out at the NFL level.
He does have one of the great playoff endings of all time underneath his belt.
He does.
And can live with that for the rest of his life. He has that.
Tim Tebow's
we
1-1.
You and I don't have that.
Tim Tebow's got more playoff wins than Matt Stafford.
There you go.
Just saying. So Tim Tebow, will he return to the NFL as a tight end? Unlikely, but I just think he's bored. Like he left football to play baseball. He gave baseball a shot for like 5 years. It was never going to work out. He's done with that. He's probably bored being an analyst on TV. He's like, can I come to Jacksonville and be a tight end for the Jaguars and catch some balls?
Probably feels young and still in shape. Listen, I'm a huge Tebow fan. I love Tim Tebow. I think I like talking about him more than I actually like him as an athlete, but I love Tim Tebow. This would be the worst thing on the planet.
He's bored. I think that's what this is. The guy's
and the only reason why this is happening is because Urban Meyer has a head coaching gig. And the only reason why he might actually get a tryout is to kind of be a walk-on player for the Jaguars is because Urban Meyer owes him a debt of gratitude for bringing 2 national champions to him.
He is bored.
Championships.
And Urban Meyer didn't even stay for the whole workout, which I think tells you all you need to know about.
He's a busy man. He had to concentrate on the draft.
Yep.
Like he said it himself.
Didn't have time to watch the rest of Tim's workout.
No.
A guy that helped him win 2 national titles in college.
Yeah.
Didn't have time for that.
How long the workout lasted a couple hours, right?
News to me.
I'm being sarcastic to say it probably lasted maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most.
Yeah, I mean,
and Urban couldn't stay around for that.
Urban's very busy. He had to decide on who they were taking with the first pick. They just didn't know.
No, it was tough.
They really had a real decision.
I mean,
there.
I was equally as shocked on Thursday as you were.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's talk about the Lakers, Ron. They lose again yesterday, 121 to 114. LeBron James, who came back from injury finally, leaves this game in his second game back with ankle soreness. And then afterwards, baby LeBron James talked about his disdain for the Lakers possibly having to participate in the NBA play-in tournament.
Well, it doesn't matter at the end of the day if I'm not, 100% close to 100%. It don't matter, where we land, So, that's my mindset. And, if this happens to we end up at 6th or 5th or whatever the case may be, or if we end up in the playoff, whatever that thing is, whoever came up with that need to be fired. But whatever.
Calling for someone's job because you're a baby and got hurt, and then you can't deal with the playing game when LeBron James is the same dude, the same exact guy that said earlier this year. In fact, he said it in late March, I believe. So this is a year ago. He said, quote, you got Portland, you got Memphis, New Orleans, Sacramento, tinkering around there. So if there's 5 or 10 games left, why not those guys battle it out? Make them play each other all 5 games. LeBron James used to be a component of the play-in tournament. Now he's against it because his team might actually have to be in it because they've lost so many games with him and AD injured. I mean, look, LeBron, Ron, I know you're a Lakers fan. I'm sure you love LeBron. He helped win you a championship. But this is weak stuff from LeBron. If you don't want to be in the play-in tournament, then win more games down the stretch here. Actually take the regular season seriously and avoid the play-in.
No, I mean, it was unfortunate that their 2 biggest stars got injured at the same time, and, they ran into a rough stretch. I think where a lot of this is coming from is, in a way, I almost say, take the rest of the season off if you guys want to. If you're going to keep complaining about the short off season, cramming too many games in a short amount of time. I get all that, but you still got to get out there and do the work. Now, I'm not worried about the play-in game. I think they would be just fine in the play-in game, one and done and get it over with. I'm more concerned right now with the fact that they're falling into such a low seed that their first round matchup is going to be too much for them to handle.
It's just amazing to me that he would have the gall to say someone's got to get fired for that idea. I mean, are you calling for the commissioner's job then, LeBron?
Well, he might be trying to drive the conversation to that off of the other conversation that's going on out there where he kind of made the entire police department of America mad at him.
Yeah, I mean, he doxed a police officer that was a hero. So, yeah, I understand why the police departments across America are upset.
And maybe that's why I give this comment to try to drive the conversation towards that. Like, keep it basketball.
Impossible for LeBron to do. He's too big of a hypocrite. Honestly, he's an all-time great player. He's one of the biggest hypocrites in all of sports. No one will deny that. I mean, my goodness. To the NBA, we stay. Milwaukee and Brooklyn. Man, was this an epic game that ended with a chance for overtime.
Griffin looks to inbound. Tucker trying to deny Durant. Durant gets free. Puts up the three-pointer. Short, no good. Ball game. Milwaukee holds on and gets the win. What a battle between these 2 elite teams.
Milwaukee beats the Nets 117 to 114. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 49 points, outduels Kevin Durant, who had 42. This was a great game for NBA regular season standards. This is about as good as you'll get. Afterwards, Giannis on his team getting the W.
I was very, very proud of my teammates, the way that we defended, the way we, obviously KD had 42, but they were tough for it. Like, everything was tough. He's just unbelievable. That's what he do. That's what he done his whole life. But like the way we defended, the way we were like, we keep guys in front, the way we switched, the way we read about the ball, like we did a great job. And we got to carry this over.
So it was a back and forth game. And here's the thing with the Nets. Yes, they still don't have James Harden, but how are they going to play enough defense on bigs to win a best-of-7 playoff series? Like, that will be the big question for them. I mean, Giannis could go off on them. AD could potentially go off on them in a finals matchup. Embiid obviously could have a monster series against them. Brooklyn needs to get healthy. They're still, to me, the favorites to come out of the East because of just their sheer talent. But they got to get healthy if they're going to, they're going to win that NBA championship.
I think this is, if this is just a little, if this is like the appetizer, or maybe like even the little tiny thing that comes out before the appetizer of what the main course is going to be when these two teams meet in the playoffs, I'm all in.
And it was a great game.
I'm all in.
Really was. So to me, there's three teams that can win the East: Milwaukee, Philly, and obviously Brooklyn. I think there's a big drop off after the top three.
No, definitely.
Now
I couldn't even. Could you even name the fourth? I don't even, there's like, it's not even worth naming the four.
Well, the fourth right now, Ron, is a team that I watched in person last night. That is the New York Knicks.
Forgot about them.
The New York Knicks are the fourth seed, and I went to my first live sporting event in over a year last night here in Houston. I went to the Toyota Center. I watched the Knicks play a terrible Rockets team. They're the worst team in the NBA, and the Knicks is a 10-point favorite on the road in a game that's taking place in May. Blew out the Houston Rockets. It is surreal how just dominant the Knicks are against teams they should be. It's the opposite of everything this team has been for the last 20 years. Last night, Julius Randle scored 31 points in 3 quarters of work. He had MVP chants going in the crowd from the Knicks fans that were there. There were more Knicks fans at Toyota Center last night than there were Rockets fans. Derrick Rose poured in 20-plus points, and afterwards, he talked about the Knicks being a true team.
We're fighting for something. We know that down the stretch, we want to be playing our best basketball and giving our best effort and playing with urgency. And we believe in one another. We know that we have a mission and one common goal. So it's about just picking the other person up, coming together as a team, and just fighting.
The Knicks, man, they just keep winning games. Winning games are supposed to. They started a road trip last night on the West Coast with that win over Houston, and they're 36-28 right now. They play Memphis tonight, second game of a back-to-back, so it's a winnable game for the Knicks, and we'll see. But, I mean, it's all gravy from here on out. The Knicks officially last night clinched a winning record for this season. Their over-under before the year started was 22.5.
I'm hoping Julius Randle gets more than just a handful of MVP votes.
He really does. I
mean, he's not going to win it.
He deserves some serious consideration.
But yeah, more than a handful.
I mean, he's just been a beast. It's crazy. And the way that he has improved, the way RJ Barrett's improved, Emmanuel Quickly coming in as a rookie, and just the veterans they have, right? Derrick Rose has had a great year for the Knicks since they acquired him. Taj Gibson is an important piece. Nerlens Noel is an important rim protector for them. They got some real pieces. Some real pieces that you feel good about going forward. And obviously, their coach, Tom Thibodeau, should win the NBA's Coach of the Year. That wraps it up for Quick Hits here on a Monday edition of the Jake Asman Show. Coming up next, let's talk some Major League Baseball. Did you see how the Phillies-Mets game ended last night? My goodness, we'll get to that next. Plus, the Yankees are now at 500. It has happened. The season starts tomorrow at home against the Houston Astros. We'll talk about that next here on the Jake Asman Show.
The Jake